Hello everybody and welcome to the video. What we're going to do in this video is we're going to have a look at this frame, and this is the frame we got free with the Wargames Illustrated 436. It's the Spec Ops frame, which you could actually get from the Project Z set. So we got one frame, and it's a nice sampler frame if you ask me. I mean, if you're thinking about getting some World War Project Z figures, I mean, this is a nice sample what you can get from it. We're gonna pretty much go through the whole thing relatively quickly. I don't know the names of most of the weapons, to be honest. Some I sort of recognize. And then we're gonna assemble them, and then we'll paint them, and then we'll have a little showcase. So that's what we're gonna do with this one. Now let's start with over here. There are a whole bunch of legs, and there's a law over there. Let's zoom in on this bit. Here you can see the head options. You got a boonie hat. Let's say the boonie hat. Boonie hat. You got the balaclavas. You got the bandanas, advanced combat helmets, which is kind of neat because there's actually a nice variety of stuff on the sprue. Heads look really small though. Maybe I'm used to the Wallet Games ones, which are slightly bigger. But yeah, but I like the options though. Very, very nice options. Moving along, we got the torsos, and these are the torsos. And they can with like I said, they got the Kevlar vests, and you got like I think it's AK-74s and AK-12s. Then moving along, you got there's a head over here, another head over here. In case you this what's the difference with this? Oh, it's got this like face mask, this you know a mask with a slit on it, so it's kind of nice for black ops, I guess. And you got legs, you got the rifles here, some assault rifles. Moving along, you've got let's see now, I guess AK-74s, drum mag. Let's see, I can see there's the drum mag is right there. Um, hmm. It's quite nice. You got LAL 86, which is also kind of cool. Then you got the legs, Type 95. You got the RPG rack, which I think is great because you can actually have them carrying either an RPG on the as a handheld, or at the backpack, just or as a pack in the back, which is quite nice for in terms of options. They got legs, lots of legs, different poses of legs. Huh? And then you got more legs, and you got the shotgun. You got the M4, trusty M4, AK-12s, AK-74s. Then you got a whole bunch of torsos here, and these torsos are kind of nice because they've got the Kevlar. I think the Kevlar on it. They look really good. I like how they look. I like how they look. And you got the M4s, and the variations of them, I guess. Moving along, you've got AK-74s. You got the law and firing pose. Then you got the left arm. A bunch of left arms. So it's kind of strange. The left arms are over here. Everything's all over the place. But there's also another head right here. Yeah, nothing unique about this head. Why don't you just put everything up over there? I guess space. So all these left arms, and then the head, and then let me see now what else got. You got left arms with weapons on their own. RPGs and stuff like that. Then you have the night vision goggles. I think they can put on. Yeah. Wait, where are they? Yeah, look at that. Night vision goggles. And then the groin guard, the back guard. Nice. Okay, so that is pretty much the frame. Now, what I want to point out very, very quickly is all of the pieces actually have alphabet coded to them. So what they're trying to say is, I mean, like for example, B will be fitting for the B torso. Let me see if I can find. I think torso. I think torsos are pretty much standard. Would be for the arms. And here somewhere. And the bar. Yeah. So the coded. I think I will attach the um the instruction manual on how to assemble this, because unlike Warlord kits, this one requires an assembly kit to assemble. Plastic looks really good. The detail is quite nice, but the proof is in the building, and that's what we'll be doing next. So the next time you see these figures, they'll probably be assembled, and then we'll put some paint on it. All right, so here a couple of tips when it comes to assembly. I've partly assembled this guy over here, and this is the first body. He is labeled body number 1, and this arm seems to correspond to the body. Of course, I used a guide for this. Doesn't look too bad, because the pose is still a bit awkward. The reason I haven't put the right weapon arm on is because I want to get in there and like get some detail in before I paint. So you might want to think about that when you're assembling this model. Perhaps a little bit of patience would go a long way. But it doesn't look that bad, this first one at least. So it looks like it's moving forward, not so strange. Very quickly though, I wanna say that when you're attempting to assemble these models, please be wary of the edges, because some of the nozzle edges are a bit thin. So what you might want to do is to clip it right about here, right at the top part over here. Clip it with the clippers, right? And then go in and clip it off. That way you don't have any breakages in this part over here. Now, if I were to look back at the figure, again, it's really nice and nice, but it's slim. And I guess again, I'm used to Warlord game figures. I like Warlord game figures, and slim. I suppose it'll work. I suppose, but because of the way it's slim and the way it's scaled, a lot of the weapons are slim as well, and they are prone to breakage. So when you're putting this together, I recommend being a little bit more patient. Again, previously I mentioned the numbers. Each of the parts have numbers, so you want numbers to correspond to the different parts that you're going to put together. So yeah, that's pretty much the figure. Hopefully the next time you see this, it'll probably be fully painted. I won't go through step by step, but yeah. All right, so let's have a look at the figures that are fully painted. I took about, I want to say 8 hours or less on these figures. A lot of time was spent actually assembling the figures, because they were not easy to put together. Luckily, I had a guide, but even then, putting them together was difficult. The poses for the figures are also slightly awkward. I think if you're going to try to do random arms with random weapons and just not use a guide, you're going to get some even more awkward poses. For me, just using the guide, there were only a limited amount of poses that I could use. Now, the color scheme that I went for was the Delta Force Somali 1993 scheme. So I used that as inspiration. I wanted something that was, I don't know, a bit desert-like. I didn't want to go full black, because then I would not be able to see all the details and not be able to show you all the details. I wish there were more helmets of a particular type. Having said that, it was nice to have some variety, but what I did was, to make sure that everything sort of felt as a unit, I kept most of the color schemes the same across all the different figures. For me, at least, this keeps my mind at ease. I mean, this was just a sample sprue, and the idea here was just to get them painted and get them showcased as fast as possible.
I'm not so sure when I'll be using these figures and for what rule set. But having said that, it's nice to actually have 8 figures ready to go. The Project Z frame, I must say, has a lot of extra bits, which I think is nice. However, putting them or modifying them or converting them into the figure will be a problem. It's nice that they gave a whole range of weapons, for example, but to actually put them on or to convert the figures to fit the arms will take some talent on some patience. So I feel that a lot of the sprue is sort of wasted to a newbie because they would not know what to do with it. Also, granted the fact that most of the pieces are rather slim and thin, makes the whole converting and problem even worse, especially for a newbie. I myself had some problems trying to make sure I don't break off the nozzles on certain assault weapons, but yeah, I can only imagine the frustration. All in all, the Project Z's frame, I'd give it a 7, maybe a 6. It's not such a great frame, but as you can see from the figures that came out, they're not bad. But I do think the variety of poses that you're gonna get from each one is not not that big, and I think that would be slightly more of the weakness. So it's strange that you have all these options, but you can't really push, the variety. I had a look on the interwebs or internet, and most of the poses are more or less the same to this one, with some variety, of course. Which is also one of the reasons why I gravitated more towards using the Delta Force Somali 1993 color scheme, or the Mogadishu color scheme, simply because I wanted something different. I want something unique. For the base, I use pebbles, small pebbles, and I use a combination of different kinds of earth. Went for some more orangey earth, simply because it's supposed to be a rubble area that these guys are moving through, and I also use uh, 2 phases of seal in order for me to paint this figure. The first seal was more for to make sure the sand bits don't fall off, and the second was to hold the color in. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed this frame painting. If you like videos like this, do give me a like and a subscribe. I can't wait for the next big frame that's gonna come from Wargames Illustrated. But if when it's there, I'll be painting it. Until then, like and subscribe, and don't forget to enjoy painting those figures.